Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Ledger. I'm Cage, and this is Chair over there.
Stop.
What's up? How's it going, Pally Pal?
Good. It's been a while, actually. It's been like a month.
It's been it's been quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how life goes sometimes. It's good to have personal time. It's good to sometimes just take time to yourself and do the things you want to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, other than all the crazy things happen in the world, Comic-Con happened and D23 and all that nonsense, we have a new TV show, Lanterns. Dun dun dun. Um
Mhm.
Only one episode so far, but this is, obviously it's about Green Lantern. And it's our first live action Green Lantern thing since Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern movie, which was not great. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's it. I'm guessing it takes place in the new DCU canon now that exists, and I'm sure it does because I'm sure I've seen Guy Gardner in a preview for future episodes. So yeah, um, is this? How do you feel about Green Lantern in general? I know you're a big Justice League of America guy.
Yeah. It's cool seeing it's cool seeing the other Green Lantern. The guy who's not Hal Jordan, what's his name? John Smith.
John Stewart.
John Stewart. Sorry, yeah, John Stewart. It's cool seeing John Stewart. That's still the Green Lantern I grew up with, growing up. Watching Justice League, and then Justice League Unlimited, which ran for like 5 years, I think. I watched pretty much every episode as a kid, just
Hmm.
religiously, and some of those episodes were quite intense. So it was good stuff, though. It was really good stuff. John Stewart was the Green Lantern I grew up with, who was a more hardcore, more to the point. Hal's kind of a quick talker, kind of, more typical like hero, and then John's kind of like more stoic and just more serious.
Yeah.
Also, he bags hot girl, so that's pretty important stuff.
Yeah, he does do that. But in this show, spoiler warning if you haven't watched it, he bags some dude's wife.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. But um,
Yeah.
so with this episode, we start in 1996, and we see a young John Stewart with his brothers watching Hal Jordan give an interview. He's been Green Lantern for like 10 years at that point. Everything in this show is like 10-year increments, okay? So it just is what it is. So, like, Hal Jordan was like Green Lantern for 10 years, and then he does this interview, talks about how he became Green Lantern, but obviously he's leaving some stuff out. And one of the things that sticks with you is the question, "Are you afraid?" Um,
Mhm.
and he kind of said, yeah, it's a one question test. Are you afraid? And he said no, and he became Green Lantern, which maybe it's true. And John Stewart's watching this, and then they're all kind of getting nervous because his dad's coming home. His dad's a Marine, and his dad comes home, and you think his dad is gonna like beat the shit out of him or something for like watching the news. Um, and it's almost like this weird juxtaposition because during the interview, how Jordan's talking about his dad, who passed away when he was 8 in a plane crash. He was a test pilot, and so you have like how Jordan talking about how much his dad meant to him and how he'll never forget like that day and how it impacted his life. And then you have like these kids afraid of their dad coming home, so it's like a little bit of juxtaposition. But then the dad is like not even mad. He's just like, "Hey, I know you're watching this shit. Okay, are you afraid? I'm gonna shoot this apple off your head." Bam. Alright, cool, I guess. Um, and then we jump forward 20 years to 2016, where, adult John Stewart knows Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is training him to be the next Green Lantern of Earth,
Yep.
of this sector. And how did you interpret like how Jordan showing up? He's like, "Oh yeah, I've just been kind of missing for 2 weeks. Sorry, I'm late." And Jon Stewart being, as you say, very stoic, like very respectful still, even though you know it's still fucked up, right? Like, um,
Yeah.
and he's like, sorry, I'm late. It's just like he's trying to goad him a little bit, but it's how Jordan's character, how Jordan is he massively questions authority, and I think even in that moment, everything he does is like a lesson for Jon Stewart, right? And in this moment, I think there's a lesson there as well of like, it's okay to question authority. Just because someone has authority over you doesn't mean that they can take advantage of you or do whatever they want, kind of thing. And he's continuously like testing him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like he tests him in the car, like they're driving the car, and he's like, they're talking about the Green Lantern and stuff like that, and about how big of a responsibility it is, and how like takes off the ring and slips it to him, or no, he puts it on he doesn't want it, and then he puts it on the stand, and he says, yeah, okay, you're gonna need it
Yeah.
and there's like a taco stand up the road, and then he just fucking jumps out of the car, and John grabs a ring, and he fucking saves himself, obviously.
Yes, with
Yeah.
bubble wrap.
Yeah.
He bubble wraps himself with the ring, but he doesn't. It's like he still has to use the ring. Like well, he's not experienced enough to be able to fully take advantage of the power of the ring. So like most of the stuff he's doing is like on instinct right now. Clearly, if he knew how to use the ring, he could just fly to the fucking taco stand, but he doesn't. So yeah. So how Jordan pulls that stunt as well to as a way to kind of train him, and then as John is walking to the taco stand, how Jordan's consciousness from 10 years ago, again, all these 10-year increments, 2006, how Jordan comes out of the ring to warn him. Uh, because this is a I like all the comic book Green Lantern tropes they put in there, like backing up your consciousness into the ring just in case anything happens, right? And that's how you kind of learn from one to another, because the consciousness is always there, and that might be important later on in this series, maybe. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so his consciousness is like, oh yeah, I came to tell myself that there's hail in Rushville, Nebraska. Okay, crazy. Wow, hail. Um, and so yeah, John goes and finds him, and he tells him, and Hal Jordan's just like taking pictures with all his fans, and you know doing his thing, being a celebrity. Woohoo! Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, old man. And then when John Stewart tells him, he just flies off. Which again,
Yeah.
apparently is another test, because John Stewart goes immediately to the airport and hops on a plane to meet him there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so hail is code for aliens. They think there are aliens in Nebraska, and so all this stems from Hal Jordan getting the ring in Rushville, Nebraska, because Aubin Sur, who was the Green Lantern of the sector before him, crash landed his spaceship in Rushville, Nebraska. And you don't just crash land a spaceship, guys. There's a reason he crashed on Earth, right? There's a reason he was there. The ring went and found Hal Jordan, and asked, "Are you afraid?" No. Bam. The ring takes him to Aubin Sur. Aubin Sur tells him, "Hey, good luck, buddy. You're the Green Lantern now." And so that's the whole purpose of the like. He's been watching that ever since, because Hal Jordan believes, well, you don't just crash land in fucking butt fuck nowhere unless there's a reason. And the reason is aliens. But we don't know nothing about these aliens. We don't know why the fuck they're there. We don't know what they want. And I think they're planting some of those seeds. We see some weird militia people in fucking Nebraska. How all these people tie together. The sheriff is married to the attorney, whose dad is some guy who works for some secret person who has a militia on his fucking ranch, and his wife fucked Jon Stewart, and lots of shit just going on. I'm sure you have thoughts.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit going on for sure. Um, I'm just trying to follow it because, like, the next thing that stuck out to me is, like, they were in that courthouse. They came to the investigation scene and everything like that. They were trying to study what was going on and everything like that. They met this detective, and things just went sideways from there, dude. Like, they ended up at these people's like this militia dude's house,
Mm-hmm.
and he's talking about the aliens invading and stuff like that. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He said the best meat is off another man's grill because John fucked his wife, and somehow he
Yeah.
knows. So, but yeah, how they find this guy right when they go to investigate at this football field. That is clearly an alien, according to them. He ends up getting arrested. Hal Jordan wants to interrogate him. The sheriff's like, "Hey, fuck you, Hal Jordan. You ain't interrogating my suspect." And so he gets arrested on purpose, just to try to interrogate him, which doesn't work. Then the judge is trying to make an example of him, and then all that drama happens with the family. Um, and because of his new connections, Hal Jordan ends up being able to interrogate the alien. And hey, he gives a pretty good alien detection test. Aliens, of course, they don't know where the fuck Harry Potter went to school, but every other fucker on Earth does, right? Like, pretty good question. Pretty good question, Hal Jordan. And then you have like this commentary from the sheriff about how Hal Jordan he's not really fearless. He just seems lonely. And listen, he probably is lonely. He's probably happy to have a trainee like Jon Stewart, you know what I'm saying? Because, bruh, wouldn't that shit be lonely? Being an intergalactic space police officer?
Yeah, it would be.
I, I mean, our existence as just normal human people is quite lonely at times, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
very easy to feel alone, and I know, like, it's kind of like joked about or whatever, but there is quite an epidemic of lonely people. And I don't know, you could blame it on whatever technology and people being more insular and all these different things, neurodivergence or whatever, like, but the reality is there are just a lot of really lonely people, and it's hard to find the right people who you can trust or who trust you or who want to be around or actually care or have any interest. And it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Um,
It can be like that for sure.
yeah, it do be like that. So yeah, Hal Jordan's interrogating this alien, finds out he's an alien. The alien wants vengeance for something. We don't really know what.
Or something. Yep. Starts beeping. He starts beeping.
Yep. Because he's
And then
got
he
like,
like fucking
yeah, he's like,
explodes.
his body is, his skin cells are like laced with fucking, fucking explosives or some shit. Yeah, and then he blows up, and Hal Jordan uses the power of his ring to save the town because that explosion could have literally leveled the fucking town.
Mhm.
And then we jump another 10 years. Guys, it's the rule of 10. We jump another 10 years, and we see Jon Stewart driving through Nebraska. You can tell some time has passed because he's grown a beard. Um, but actually it's his like comic book accurate goatee he's got, so that was pretty cool. And the sheriff is all nice to him now. They return to the
Yep.
same football field from earlier, and we see, again, spoiler warning if you haven't watched it, this bullshit was spoiled for me from dumb fucks thinking I'd already watched it one day after it fucking came out. But they see Hal Jordan sitting in the stands, covered in quite a bit of snow, so he must have been there for a while. He's got a bullet
Yep.
hole in his head, and his ring is missing. At least it looks like it's missing. I don't know. I'm guessing Jon Stewart doesn't have the ring, but he might, right? But I'm assuming
Yeah.
he doesn't because Hal Jordan did tell him earlier in the episode, you won't be Green Lantern until I die, and I don't plan on dying anytime soon. So I'm guessing they show his hand on purpose. There's no ring on his hand. So the
Yeah.
aliens probably stole the ring. They probably need it for something. This leads to one very important question. Do we actually think Hal Jordan is dead?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. That'd be really
Yeah.
powerful if they did kill him off the very first episode, though. That'd be like, man, if he really is dead, he never comes back the rest of the season, like and it's like he calls the ring and it doesn't come for the first time, but eventually like he goes on like a little like personal self discovery journey where he I don't know, I was like, Dad, it's pretty fucked up. He put apples on my head and shot them with a gun. That's pretty fucked up, man.
I
The ring's like, all right, you worked out your trauma. Now you can like use a ring or whatever the fuck, like and then something like that maybe. I don't
yeah.
know.
I did see some like fan theories that like people think John's dad killed Hal Jordan, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't think that's true. Um, but I think he was very clearly shot by an alien because the aliens shot up themselves when they were like, oh shit, we're caught, we got to kill ourselves. Um, and so I think the aliens killed him and stole his ring because they need his ring. So, yeah, he probably is actually dead, which is it is a very bold choice. But we'll see Kyle Chandler, the actor, throughout the season. His consciousness is still in the ring, right? Like this is their way to get us, like to keep him throughout the series, even though present day Hal Jordan is no longer alive. I think that's kind of the angle they're gonna go for. And they'll probably do flashbacks as well because we've seen an initial like trailers. Like he talks to Sinestro at some point, and so he's still going to be around in some way, shape, or form, even if his character in present day is actually gone.
Yeah,
Now
that
it's
is
a
true. That ring consciousness will be there. So, we can still get some stuff out of him for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now if they did kill him for real, it is a bold choice. Do you think it's a good choice?
It depends on how they play it for the rest of the season. I don't know. I haven't watched episode 2, 3, 4. How many episodes are supposed to be in this? Each episode's an hour. I'm sure the
I
finale is
think
going to be 2 hours.
yeah. Well, I think it's just going to be 8 1-hour episodes.
Okay, so we'll see what they do with it. Unless they whip it out in like episode 7. Oh, we actually have him here cryogenically frozen this whole fucking time. Like LOL. Like something really
Wow, dude.
stupid like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Um.
There are people that I've seen that feel like, I mean, these are people I think that already hate DC or James Gunn or wanted to fail or whatever, who are just kind of like, oh, he's just killing off the characters we love and he's ruining DC because he hates us and he hates DC, and like, why would you kill off a beloved legacy character unless you just like want everything to be destroyed? And it's like, bro, these are the same people that like want RDJ to play Iron Man for the next 50 years and want Chris Evans to be in every future Avengers film. Like, you have to move on at a certain point. And I get it, like, we're just establishing the DC universe, but they're going with John Stewart as Green Lantern. If you're going with John Stewart, there's not really a lot of room for Hal Jordan, right? So
You know.
they're picking a direction, and I think it's a fine direction. Like, sure, they didn't have to do that, but that's possibly just what they did. And like, to your point, until we see the rest of the series, it's hard to judge whether it's the right or wrong decision yet. So we're very boring in that way. It's a wait and see always, but I don't think there's anything right now inherently wrong with that decision, other than like, obviously it's like rage bait for people to be like, oh, okay, they're trying to destroy Green Lantern. So,
Yeah.
but it's one episode. Um, did you find it interesting? Were you bored through any or a lot of it, or are you excited for the rest of it? You kind of like don't really care. How do you feel about it so far?
I think the mystery is all right. I was a little bored sometimes, not gonna lie, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just like a millennial and like have the attention span of like 6 seconds or something like that. Like it's just it. It just seems like a lot of this round is like walking and talking and stuff like that about I don't know, and I just some of the like the scenes at the bar seem really like I don't know why the way I don't know. There's just some scenes that I just don't know why they had them, and it was like an hour long.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
even
I'm gonna watch more of it. I'm like, I'm interested. They killed off like Hal Jordan, so I'm gonna watch more of it. And it's Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern, who is my personal favorite Green
yeah.
Lantern. So I'm gonna watch it. And if it sucks, I'm gonna complain about it here with you. And if it's good, we're gonna talk about how good it is. And hopefully
Yeah.
it's good and it's not bad. That's the most important thing. Um,
Yeah. I mean, you're right though. Like, there are some unnecessary things, like Jon Stewart fucking some random guy's wife. Kind of unnecessary. It's just
yeah.
funny. It's funny, but like, is it
It is funny,
necessary?
but it's also like that wouldn't have happened ever in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. That's another thing.
And then lighting her cigarette with his fucking ring.
Yeah,
So, you know, eh, the- I think some of the bar scene was necessary just because it allowed Jon Stewart to kind of get the full story from Hal Jordan of how he became Green Lantern. Um, the alien Abensur. Come on, guys, we're all friends of we all love purple bald aliens, right? Um, Thanos, Abensur, and Sabanur, who's not an alien, but uh, he's a mutant. Apocalypse. All these bald, crazy people. We're all big fans, surely. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was an okay episode. I get like it's not for everyone. There's like I think really they're just riffing off of other successful shows with a lot
yeah,
of what they're doing. Like I've never seen True Detective, but even I get True Detective vibes from this show. Um, I had a coworker who I was talking about Lanterns today, and she's like, "Yeah, I watched like 15 minutes, and then like I was just bored." Um, and she said she's gonna finish it, but she has a kid, so sometimes you have to stop what you're doing and take care of your business and whatever. But
yeah,
I get it. I get that people. There's probably a lot of people that don't like. This episode is not for like the Green Lantern casual fans who are like, "Oh, I like seeing Green Lantern in his suit flying around doing cool shit with his ring." Like, you don't get any of that in here. Like, this is a more grounded story, and I'm sure we'll get some of that later. But where this is the introduction, this is the pilot, this is you know there's enough here to keep you interested to keep going, but there's some people that just are gonna give up on it because maybe they don't think it's that interesting. And I hope it's not a case of the showrunners and the writers feeling like, oh, there might not be enough here to keep people watching. We need something massive like killing a major character to get people to go, oh, okay, I need to see what happens next. Is he really dead? But you also get people who will go, "Oh, you killed off the main character. Why am I going to keep watching this?" So,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything else on Lanterns. Have you been watching anything else recently?
All I've done for the last 3 weeks, for the last 2 months now, is play Star Wars Galaxies every single day. They added new PvP leaderboards, and I
Oh,
have been on top of those leaderboards for like 4 weeks now.
very
So
nice.
yeah, I need
Well,
to take a break from this game. I've been saying crazy, stupid shit. I've been crashing out. Like I basically burned every bridge I made in this game, except for like one very specific bridge, and I'm just keeping that because I really respect a lot of people in that over on the other side of the bridge.
mm,
Because never done anything wrong to me. But
well, who needs
damn,
bridges when you got a leaderboard?
exactly. When it just proves
Exactly.
that, oh, I'm really good. I'm probably one of the best actually. And later, it's just yeah.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of video games, do you hear about Kingdom Hearts? Do you like Kingdom Hearts?
I do like Kingdom Hearts. There was a lot of that stuff at D23, right? A lot of
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts. There's
they
gonna be Kingdom
announced
Hearts
they
series and
announced
stuff.
a
You know.
new Kingdom Hearts game in development and a TV show, animated TV show coming to Disney Plus in development. So that's big news for Kingdom Hearts fans. The live action God of War, also the main actor playing Kratos got injured or something, so they had to replace him. And they just announced today that Dave Bautista will be playing Kratos now in the God of War series. Um, and the Wolverine comes out next month. I don't know if you care about that. You're not a
I
console
mean,
player.
I have a PS5. I could technically play it, but the problem is I've just been seeing a lot of like gameplay trailers and stuff like that. It just looks like this the kind of the same third person action game with like cinematic quick time sequences that they've been pushing out for like the last 10 to 15 years. Like, there's like only a few genuinely different cool games on console that I like playing, and most of them are usually they just play the same. Like, it's a third person shooter. You can unlock some few different cosmetics. Maybe you can connect to an online service. The only one of these I actually like that's like that is Space Marine 2. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is like just it's not like. So maybe I'll rent it. I don't know. We'll see. It'd be interesting to rent a game like that. Um, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to. I'm not gonna go out of my way to play it. No.
Yeah. Just show up at a GameStop to play the demo. Do they still do
Yeah.
that? Do they still have demos at like
Mm.
GameStops?
They still have like they still have like little glass case like consoles you can play like the new games on like on demo and stuff like that. Yeah, they still do
Okay.
that. Or maybe they don't. I don't. I haven't been to a GameStop in a long time. They
Yeah,
sell a lot of
there's not
shit
a lot
there
of reason
though.
to, right?
You know.
So, um,
Yeah, my PS5 has a disc port because I wanted to have a disc port, and I literally had to pay like an extra 60 goddamn dollars to make sure it had a disc port, which is super fucking
yeah,
annoying.
it's like
But
an extra $100 or $150 now.
yeah.
But
And then my
it's going to be
PC
worthless
doesn't.
anyway when they go all digital.
Yeah, my PC is all digital. My PC does not have a disc port. Does not have any way to play any discs. Like I can't even play DVDs if I wanted to.
You'd have to buy an external one.
Yep, basically.
So, you haven't seen Brand New Day yet, right?
No, I haven't. I really should though. A lot of people have told me it's actually pretty good.
It's really good, but the box office is insane for that movie.
Hmm.
Like it's what, like fourth highest grossing domestic film of all time. One of 8 movies to cross $2 billion at the box office. It made like $1 billion worldwide in like 3 days. It's just insane how successful it's been. When you consider like Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man top 3 most popular comic book characters of all time, right? It's like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. And his first, Tobey Maguire's films, not a single one broke $1 billion. I know you can say inflation, whatever, but at the time, not a single one of those broke $1 billion. None of the Andrew Garfield movies broke $1 billion. Homecoming didn't break $1 billion, but then Far From Home, No Way Home, Brand New Day, all cracked $1 billion. And I don't know if that's because it's Disney, whatever, but in an economic climate, in a world where the MCU has been on the decline for many years and a lot of people are losing interest, and you have all this superhero fatigue stuff going around, the fact that this movie is one of the fastest to $1 billion ever, it's one of the highest grossing films of all time, top 10, like it's kind of crazy to think about, right? And because again, it's still Spider-Man. It's a fourth Spider-Man film. Like it's interesting to think where that hype comes from. And I think a lot of it probably comes from No Way Home being as good as it was with all the cameos and stuff. And then, it's a new direction for Spider-Man. So it's really cool that so many people are interested in Spider-Man and, are going to go see it. But to me, it's an interesting commentary on if there really is superhero fatigue, if it's that people are willing to spend money for things that reward them, that are actually quality, things like that. So it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And it did that fast. It did that like billion in 3 days with no IMAX, because all the IMAX screens are for the Odyssey. So
Yeah.
it didn't have IMAX until like a week ago. So it ran. Well, maybe is it even an IMAX yet? I don't know. It
Maybe
had
I'll
like,
see it.
yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot.
I gotta. I should go see it. I heard it was really good. I should go see it. Maybe I'll see it like I don't know tonight. Just go have popcorn for dinner. That wouldn't be the first time I've done that.
Hey, this sounds like a good time. Sounds like a good
Yep.
time. So, but yeah, I quite enjoy it. And a lot of people have as well, clearly, because if it's making that much money, people are seeing it multiple times, right? So,
Mm.
yeah, the next big movie we're gonna see is Doomsday. Um,
Yep.
I got tickets already for us, so we'll be seeing that in December. I didn't buy any
I'm gonna need to
Dune
see that
tickets
Spider-Man
though.
movie.
Yeah, you gotta see Spider Man. You gotta see Spider Man. Um, since I mentioned Doomsday, I'll tell you what Kevin Feige says are the 15 movies you need to see or you should watch before Doomsday, because hey, people might care about that. People might want to actually, do their research before the movie. So, um, this is what Kevin Feige says. The movies you need to see before you go see Doomsday are the very first X-Men movie, X2, Captain America the First Avenger, The Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, Loki, I'm guessing seasons 1 and 2, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man No Way Home, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Captain America Brave New World, Deadpool and Wolverine, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four First Steps. So there's a lot
It's a lot of viewing.
based on that list. There's a lot you could infer about the plot of this movie. But I don't want to infer any of it because I just want to go in and enjoy it and have an open mind and not have any real preconceived notions about it.
Yep.
So anyway, I think that's it. Unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
Man, I think the X-Men game is the Wolverine game is the only relevant thing, and I've seen a lot of gameplay trailers of it because they're like it's supposed to be like this technical Marvel masterpiece, and it's like I don't know, man. Like I'm not impressed by looking at it.
Yeah, I mean it's supposed to be building off like the legacy of the Spider-Man games, right? Did you play either of those?
Mhm. No, I didn't, but I heard they were really good. I did want to play them, but I never played them. Maybe that's what I should play. Maybe I should play like a Marvel game. Maybe both of you we should like start playing a Marvel game at the same time, and we can see how we have
Yeah,
different,
I've played the first one, but I'm still pretty early in that game.
Hmm.
I think on average I finish a game every 10 years. So I have a year left before it's been 10 years since it came out. But I bought it like I don't know, like 5 years ago and I played like uh an hour of it maybe. So I should sit down and play through that game though. I think I could do that. I think I could do like 20 to 30 minutes a day of gameplay. Then it'll take me how long? A month to finish
Yeah,
it. So
yeah, something like that.
yeah, and then I'll have. But well, I don't have a PS5, so I don't think I could play Spider-Man 2. But I could buy the Wolverine Special Edition PS5 and maybe. Bro, isn't that system like $800 now?
It's 500 to 600 bucks, I think.
They raised all the prices on that shit. Hold on, let me see. Let me
Maybe, I don't
see.
know. I got a PS5 when they first came out. Like, then there was a supply shortage for like a year, and then one day I
Yeah.
just walked into a GameStop and I was like, "Hey, do you guys got a PS5 with a disc?" And they go, "Yeah, we do. We got one." And I was like, "All right, I'll take it." And I just grabbed it right then. I bought it right then and there. I think it was like 500 bucks.
Yeah, I know they have. I went to a Best Buy recently and I saw them. Oh, you can get it for $650, the Wolverine one at Best Buy and Target. Bro, maybe I'll just buy one of those. It looks pretty fucking sick,
Being
to be honest.
Don't be enticed.
What do you mean? Why is it? Is it a pile of dog
Don't be.
shit? It's a
I don't know.
paperweight.
Like, it just depends. Like, you should play other games though. There's other games on the PS5 you should play if you're gonna get the console, because then when you have a gaming PC, when you get those pre-builts that you have, like it's hard to trust what you got going on there. So I can't like there's some games I can't recommend to you, but there are games that I can. So, but
Yeah.
when you're on a PS5, it all runs the same. So, and my PS5 is old. That's I don't know if it still runs the same or not.
Hmm. Yeah, but this is a special edition PS5. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh, $710 after tax and shit. Hmm. Do I really want to spend $710? Does
I
it
wouldn't
does
know.
this
I
seem
just get a bad.
does this seem irresponsible?
Well, yeah, a little bit, because it has Wolverine slapped on it and it looks cool and look cool in the background of your room somewhere. Like, if you want a PS5, like it's good for Blu-ray. It's a good Blu-ray player too, and it plays 4K HD and everything like that. So at least there's that too. It's a good home entertainment system.
Yeah,
But
I mean, listen. I'm pretty responsible when it comes to spending money. Aside from this monstrosity that's cost me probably like $7,000 so far, but
Yeah.
um, uh, I mean, in the past month, I think I've spent $1,000 on tattoos. So
Yeah. I decided tattoos aren't for me. I made that decision. I just don't want any.
because it's expensive, or because it's painful, or because your body's a temple.
All three.
Okay, it's good answers. Good answers. It's
Yeah.
honestly, it's not a great time. You're never sitting there like, oh, I'm having so much fun. Sometimes you're just like, oh, it's not
Yeah.
too bad, but you're never like, oh, this is so fun. But also, the healing phase is so bad. Like, it's worse to me than the tattoo, because you spent all this money and you sat through all this pain, and you don't want it to look like shit. So you have to be very careful about everything. You can't be out in the sun. You have to fucking wash it carefully once it starts peeling, because you don't want to peel anything off too early, because it could pull out ink. It could make things not settle in the right places. So you have to be super, super careful. Then you have to put lotion on. How do you put lotion with some sticky substance shit on your skin that's peeling without pulling off the skin that's peeling? You have to be super careful. It's really annoying. I fucking hate the healing process. I've been I've been getting these tattoos for this sleeve for like a year, or like over a year now, and every time I'm just like, ugh, the healing is not a good time. There's some areas that like people say, oh, I hate getting tattooed here. Like, it's like your elbow, bro. The elbow was a breeze. The healing was super easy. Like, my elbow was so easy. My hand is pretty easy, to be honest. Like, people are weird about certain areas that are like pretty simple. Sure, there's a lot of very unfun areas. The wrist is it fucking sucks. The wrist sucks. The elbow ditch sucks. Anywhere where there's thin skin, the inner bicep, this shit is the fucking worst. Your arm's in a weird position. Your shoulder starts hurting like a motherfucker. They're stabbing you through the fucking arm. It sucks balls. The healing there also fucking sucks. But, it'll be worth it, because, I look cool now.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's where all my money's been going. So maybe it's not responsible to buy a PS5, but I kind of want one. I kind of want a Wolverine one, because it's the same price as a regular one, right? More or
Yeah. I
less.
mean, it depends. Depends. Like if you use a PS5 to play video games, though, like, you should play Demon Souls. Like it'd be really frustrating for, I don't know, maybe you get really frustrated and quit, but
Demon
it's a good practice,
Souls,
you know.
like before, like played Demon Souls before, like
Demon Souls,
uh,
Demon Souls,
Elden Ring.
yeah, Demon Souls is the very first like of the Souls like games. Demon Souls is the original one. It's available on the PS5.
And you'd recommend that over Dark Souls 2, 3, or Elden Ring, or anything else?
Well,
Start
I
with.
think you should play them all,
Oh, okay.
but I think they remade Demon Souls for the They remade Demon Souls just for the PS5, and it's like great
Hmm.
on the PS5, so you should play it. Yeah, that's what I think.
So you are encouraging me to get a PS5,
If you want to, yes, but you should use it to play video games. Like
like Demon Souls.
that's what I'm. Yeah, like Demon Souls.
Yeah. So I'd get it to play Spider-Man 2, because I think it's only available on PS5, and then also Wolverine, and also maybe apparently also most likely Demon Souls.
Yeah.
And maybe at that point I'll feel like it's money well spent.
Yeah. And think about it like this: you get 1 hour of enjoyment out of it. When 1 hour is $1, so if you spend like $700 at it, try to get like 700 hours of enjoyment out of the PS5. You know,
Okay, that's a lot of hours.
I've got thousands of hours sunk into multiple different games on my gaming computer. You know,
Yeah.
so
The Magic the Gathering, they released a new set that's the Hobbit inspired. Like, they're all Hobbit stuff, and I'm a big Lord
mhm.
of the Rings guy. So, you're a big Lord of the Rings guy. So I've been playing a bit of that. I played a couple pre-releases,
Mhm.
and won a lot of matches. And then
You
I'll
should play
just
the
play.
Golem game.
Oh, I heard that was really bad.
Yeah, you should play the shitty Golem game, dude, and see what you think.
Yeah. Should
You
I
know,
should I play that? What is it available? It's available on PC, I'm sure, right?
probably, yeah, you can probably still buy it.
If not, I can get a one of those things, you know. What are those things called? A thing. um, and I could maybe I could stream it. You know, I can buy a PS5
Yeah.
to stream 1 hour every week, and after 700 weeks, it'll be worth it. $1.
Yeah.
Yep. Whew. It sounds like I got a plan. Now I got to see the plan through. So, all right, cool. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything cool? Anything exciting?
Nope, just topping the leaderboards of Star Wars Galaxies, wrecking fools. I've wrecked
Yeah,
fools so hard now they don't even want to come up and fight me anymore, and I sit up there alone by myself. It's really
that's right,
sad.
fools. You mother suckers. Hey, you know what they say? It's lonely at the top.
It is very lonely at the top. There's no doubt about that one.
So. All right, well, that'll wrap us up. Let us know all your thoughts on Lanterns and anything else we talked about. Much love. Click all the buttons, do all the things, like, comment, rate, review, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.